In this lesson, you will learn about the two aircraft clocks. Each clock independently provides the date and time data to its respective flight management computer, FMC. The first officer's clock also provides data to the flight data recorder. Both clocks keep the time and date as long as the aircraft's batteries are installed. It is vital you check both clocks show the correct and identical date and time during the IRS alignment, as each FMC uses this data. You press the Date push button to view the date. Here they are both indicating the 25th of August. In the Time and Date topics, you will learn how to alter the clocks. Current time is displayed on the upper digital display in hours, minutes and tens of seconds. The GMT switch allows you to reset the time on the clock. This is unlikely to occur very often. The normal position for the switch is Run. To change the minutes, the GMT switch must be in the slow position. Select the switch now to see this happen. Notice the minutes increasing until the switch is returned to the Run or Hold position. To change the hours, the switch must be in the Fast position. Select the GMT switch to see this happen. Notice the hours increasing until the switch is returned to Run or Hold. Take care not to let it rest in Slow. In the Hold position, the time shown in the display is frozen until a new value is input via Fast or Slow, or the switch is returned to Run. Hold is usually used to synchronize both clocks. The time has been set back to 18 hours, 5 minutes and 20 seconds. If you remember, to display the date, you must press and hold the Date push button. This replaces the time on the GMT display. Display the date now. Notice that the date, the 25th of August, is now shown. Changing the date is a very similar process to changing the time, except the fast position alters the month and the slow position alters the day. Select the GMT switch to see how the date is changed to the 30th of September. You have now changed the date. To restore the time display, the Date push button must now be released. Do this now. The time is again displayed. Next, you'll look at the elapsed time counter. The elapsed time counter, ETC, allows you to keep a record of time elapsed since a particular event occurred. Here the ET counter is running and is currently showing 1 hour 55 minutes. It is most commonly used to record block to block and flight time, one on each clock. To stop the counter, move the ET switch to the Stop position. Do this now. To start recording, for example at pushback, set the ET switch to Run. Do this now. Notice that as soon as the switch is set to Run, the counter is reset to 0 and then starts counting. The ET counter will continue to count until the switch is returned to the Stop position. Finally, let's look at the chronograph. This is operated by the push button at the bottom of the clock panel or with a push button on the control wheel. The control wheel push button operates its respective clock only. You would use this, for example, when starting an engine. When the fuel lever is set to on, you would start the chronograph. Start the captain's chronograph using the clock push button. The needle on the dial counts in seconds, 1 revolution for each minute. Notice that the minutes and hours for the chronograph have replaced the ET in the lower display. Selecting the push button a second time stops the chronograph. In our example, this is when engine light-up is confirmed. Pressing the push button a third time will reset it. Do this now. Notice that the needle has returned to 0 and the ET counter display has been restored. You have now completed the lesson on clocks.